From DailyDoseOfWeirdNews.com, I'm Darren Marlar, and this is your Daily Dose of Weird News. Brought to you by Cross International. A single gift of just $60 will provide 5 months of food and resources for those affected by a horrible drought in Kenya and South Sudan. So please give now. Click the banner at DailyDoseOfWeirdNews.com. Lacoste is swapping its crocodile logo for endangered species. I wonder which conservative celebrity they'll choose first. Roger Bannister, the first runner to break the 4-minute mile, has died. Sir Roger was 88, and I hear he made it to the pearly gates in record time. When Oprah heard that a Wrinkle in Time co-star Mindy Kaling had her baby in December, she sent Mindy a baby gift that had to be delivered by 2 men in a U-Haul, a hand-carved bookcase that contained 100 of the classic essential books in children's literature. The chiropractic bills for the 2 moving men, however, are on their own dime. Barbra Streisand says she cloned her dearly departed dog twice, in fact, because it was a way of keeping part of her beloved Samantha alive. In fact, she's planning on doing the same thing with James Brolin once he kicks the bucket. And now a male gymnast has come forward and said that he was molested by Dr. Larry Nassar while in the Olympic program. Gee, it sure is nice to hear the doctor wasn't sexist at all and was an equal opportunity abuser. Men are 5 times more likely to be hit by lightning than women. That's because most women are protected by the lightning-proof walls of Macy's. Can't quite decide if you are a millennial or not? Well, now you can be sure. The final word on who is and who isn't a millennial has been issued, courtesy of the Pew Research Center. Pew's ruling, individuals born between the years 1981 and 1996, meaning those who are currently between the ages of 22 and 37, are officially deemed members of the millennial crowd. So now you know that you are sandwiched between Generation X and Generation Tide Pod. A new study says selfies make your nose look 30% bigger, which explains why you never see selfies of Barbra Streisand or Dustin Hoffman. This should motivate you to clean up your house. When people live in a clean-smelling environment, they are unconsciously more fair and generous, according to researchers from Brigham Young University, the University of Toronto, and Northwestern University. All it took was a few spritzes of citrus-scented Windex for the study participants to show a dramatic improvement in their ethical behavior. No one's saying that this is a magic elixir, but just think of the power it could have on your spouse, or your kids, or your boss. It also has implications for offices and retail stores. Basically, the study shows that morality and cleanliness do tend to go hand in hand. So, next time you go into the boss's office to ask for a raise, bring a can of Lysol. Keith Richards was recently quoted as saying, "Drugs are so bland these days," which shocked everyone. I mean, who knew zombies could talk? Companies in Sweden are trying something new – mandatory exercise at work. What's the point of graduating from school if, as an adult, you're still required to go to gym class? At the Gridiron Dinner in D.C. over the weekend, President Trump attempted some humor, saying, "I like chaos." So, mission accomplished. In New York City, Hunter College is trying to evict Lisa Palmer, a 32-year-old former student it says is illegally squatting in her dorm room. The college has filed a lawsuit against Palmer saying she owes more than $94,000 in unpaid residence hall fees since she dropped out in 2016. Palmer was apparently denied summer housing in 2016, but she refused to leave despite the school sending several notices that she would be charged $150 per day if she stayed. Palmer, a former geography major, says she plans to stay in the dorm while she fights the case. She rejects the school's assertion that she dropped out, saying the college refused to allow her to register for classes in 2016 after she contested her housing and tuition fees. She says, quote, "I felt that it was miscommunication initially, but after I met with the dean, I felt that they were starting to treat me unfairly. It was like, get out." You're 32 years old. You're living in a college dorm. I hope you were trying to take classes to major in psychology, because somebody really needs to examine your head. According to a Gallup poll, most Americans still get their news from television, which explains why most of America has no clue as to what is truly happening in the world. For the record, my invitation to Meghan and Harry's wedding hasn't shown up in the mail yet, so I am going to hang on to that spam gift pack for now. Looks like Sunday's Academy Awards viewership might be the lowest ever. Well, seeing as they keep snubbing cinematic gems like the Power Rangers movie and Howard the Duck and Weekend at Bernie's, what do you expect? I'm still boycotting the Oscars. Looks like there's a 9 to 5 sequel in the works that supposedly will include Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin. This time, the 5 in 9 to 5 refers to the early bird special at the buffet for the seniors discount. Pizza Hut has replaced Papa John's as the NFL's official pizza. As part of the deal, quarterbacks will now be required to change the wording when the ball is hiked from Hut 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 to Pizza Hut Hut Hut. Shots were fired at Caruthersville, Missouri Dollar General after 2 men got into an argument. According to police, the argument took place over toilet paper. Okay, now there's a big detail missing in this story. The brand of toilet paper. Seriously, if it's worth getting shot over, that's got to be some pretty dang good toilet paper, and I want to know what it is. Friends say that Tori Spelling had a major meltdown at her California home last Thursday due to all of the stresses in her life. Stresses in her life. Does this lady even work anymore? She hasn't shown up on a TV or movie set in 2 years. The rest of us call that length of relaxation retirement. An international survey by Harlequin Romances found that women say the most attractive trait in a man is a sense of humor. On newsstands now, People magazine's sexiest man alive is Larry the Cable Guy. In Miami, homeowners got quite a scare when a raft crashed through the roof of their house. Turns out it had been accidentally dropped by the Canadian Air Force. In other surprising news, Canada has apparently invented rafts that can't fly. A pastry and donut delivery driver has been called a hero for handing out free goodies to stranded drivers caught in a winter storm in the UK. John Gowing unloaded the treats from the back of his truck and shared them with drivers who'd been stuck for hours. Now, I'm not dissing what he did. I think it's awesome, but you got to admit it is a lot easier to be a hero when you're using other people's money. Included in this year's Oscar goodie bag, a keyring-sized pepper spray, a gel pepper spray, 2 personal body alarms, and a kit to test whether your drink has been drugged. Those are considered goodies. Man, I'd hate to open gifts on Christmas morning from Academy Award organizers. Research reveals if you want to feel good and have more self-esteem, you should talk about yourself or compliment yourself. Yeah, forget milk. It's narcissism that does a body good. That's your Daily Dose of Weird News. I'm Darren Marlar, but before I step away from the microphone, I would like for you to join me today in saving lives of children and families in Kenya and South Sudan who are suffering from a horrible famine. A single one-time gift of just $60 can provide food and resources to a family for a full 5 months, but you do need to give today. Please give right now. Visit dailydoseofweirdnews.com and click on the banner for that single one-time gift of $60. Again, that's dailydoseofweirdnews.com, and thank you.